Plush Central's Panel of the People is brought to you by the Plush Central government, a true democratic nation, for the people, of the people, and by the people. Yay!
Hello everyone, and welcome you all to the first annual Plush Central Panel of the People. Please join me in welcoming our panelists. On my right, joining me as our second moderator is my good friend Ellie. Our panelists are to her right. First is Eunice Hopkins, the one who has discovered the Plush-Verse phenomenon that has forever changed our society. She is joined by one of her greatest friends, Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Our final two panelists are Petunia and Wilbur Winson from Petunia's Classroom, Plush Central's only education system.
Today we're going to talk about the issues going on in Plush Central and how we, as citizens, can help out in our changing government during this crazy phenomenon.
Changing government? Ha! It's about time! Plush Central has put too many crazies into office for far too long.
We don't need to get into all of that right now, dear. We'll start on my right here with this kind lady. What do you have to say about our changing government, Ruby?
Hey, Reba, she's kind now. Just wait till she really starts to know this place. Anyways, our government seems to go through tons of changes that maybe not so good for everybody. I mean, I've only been here for a few weeks, and I'm already questioning what needs to be fixed. I'm working my way trying to help my friends be aware of what's going on. I mean, being the one who discovered that we have multiple versions of ourselves living amongst ourselves, I'm helping the new citizens find their place in Plush Central.
Mr. Winson, did you have something to add to the discussion?
I just wanted to say that change has been rapid these past couple of years, and I think that reforming the government is what people are most scared about, but it's bound to happen with all this chaos.
It's great to hear that everyone has something to say about this issue. You can all use what you have to make Plush Central a better place.
Ha! Really funny!
And why is that so humorous?
I'm just trying to face reality here. Just because Plush Central wants to change all the time, it takes more than just our government to change.
You do bring up a good point. Petunia, that leads us to our first discussion.
Since Plush Central is going through an entire political reform, where do you all stand on this?
Well, building off of what my wife has kindly said, it would take years to completely reform our democracy, even if we get a better shot at that this time. I'm in favor of this political reform, as it could do some real good for other forms of government out in our world.
This whole Plush-Verse phenomenon has given us a sense of diversity and inclusion rather than focusing on its dangers. I mean, yes, the travel between universes can be dangerous. However, we can learn from one another, and I think our president realizes that Plush Central wants to be different from other realities in the way that we're trying to be whole again. After I learned about Plush Central's secret war, I do see why this reform is not going to be easy. I'm on the fence as to where it will take us in the future. Oh, brother, why don't we focus on what really matters here is my education system. How in the world are we supposed to teach our kids about the multiverse?
I was just getting to that, Petunia. It seems that people in Plush Central have an issue with Petunia's Classroom being the only public school access.
I don't get why that's such a hot-button issue. Petunia's Classroom is the most successful education system in Plush Central, where others that were made failed.
The other systems failed because everyone who started their own school system eventually made it to Petunia's Classroom.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that people want another opportunity for education, Petunia.
Well, if they don't like my class, then they can get out. It's not my fault Plush Central doesn't want to pay for any other school system. They barely want to pay for mine. Indeed, the government funding of Petunia's Classroom is a problem. Anything that doesn't result as a significant government interest gets left in the dust.
You bring up a good point, Ruby.
You sure do bring up a good point. You know, I'd like to teach them officials a lesson or two in what really matters, what's really a government interest for that matter, my protest on their property.
Okay, we're getting off topic here.
Actually, this brings us into the political reform even further. The government spending seems to be another hot-button topic. They're more focused on putting money towards the armed forces because to aid the phenomenon, rather than getting more aid to get these people back to their realities like they're supposed to be doing. Not to mention the labeling of variants is clearly uncalled for. I feel like once the government stepped in and made their own regulations, things got out of control. It's like someone higher than all of us did this on purpose. The Plush-Verse is only chaos because the government helped make it that way.
You do bring up a point about the government regulations. What I'm wondering is what you all think led to the president's overall decision to approve a political reform as an order.
Hey, get
Who
back
did
here!
that?
You are trespassing Plus Central property, and we are on TV. Does not make us look very good. I said get back here.
Oh, it's only Bob.
Looks like he's fighting another version of himself.
Would you get out of here before I club you both into the next reality?
Would you believe that? The audacity they had to interrupt our show. It just goes to show that Plus Central needs to work on better ways to deal with the chaos the Plush-Verse has brought to us.
Well, if you ask me, which you haven't, I say Plus Central should not have gotten involved with this whole multiverse crazy thing to begin with.
Normally, I disagree with you, honey, but the chaos seems to be what's hogging the attention here.
What did I say about using pig slurs in front of me, wee bear?
Pig slurs?
Yeah, what'd you just say, you pig brain?
Oh, looks like it's time to take our PSA break. We'll be right back to our discussion after these words from our sponsors.
Hopefully we can get back on track.
Hey, wee bear, do you vote in favor of Plus Central's political reform?
Absolutely not. Help!
I guess things just seem to happen to people who don't vote for the political reform.
We're here to persuade people to watch the panel of the people.
What will the crew do if we don't?
Oh, they'll probably put their foot down.
I love Plus Central, don't you, Watkins? I'm tired of it. Just kidding, Mr. Dillon.
Welcome back to Plush Central's Panel of the People. We left off trying to get back on topic of a new political reform. Petunia, how do you feel about this again?
I still say the real issue here is how the government expects us to teach our students about this madness.
The changing government in Plus Central has been needed for quite some time. We've seen people get impeached every year and make new laws end up getting repealed every day.
So how do you explain that in relation to the multiverse, wee bear?
Since I'm a student in your class, Mrs. Petunia, the way I think students will best understand the phenomenon begins with our crazy government. The multiverse was just a tipping point that required a change.
It should not have taken an entire phenomenon to change our society. People need to get their heads out their butts and realize times are changing, and so are we. Plus Central's little treaty of toys is not going to fix the government on its own here.
I get why not everyone wants to reform because they're afraid of change.
The last time Plus Central changed, I guess it caused a war. Shh, Ruby, I don't think anyone talks about that anymore.
Oh yeah, they'll probably censor that. That's how Plus Central rolls, Ruby.
Yeah, they need to fix that as well. It's our right to say what we want unless it gives clear and present danger or harms someone else's reputation.
They don't care about anyone's reputation but themselves.
Now, Lauren, I thought we were supposed to be calm like you told me before we started.
Forget that. Plush Central needs to hear the truth.
I like this one, wee bear.
Well, this is not how I thought this was going to happen. Especially live. I'm surprised Plus Central hasn't shut us down yet.
I think all these bozos we had impeached over the years were just examples of why we neglected to change.
You said it. They lead the foundation for what Plush Central shouldn't be known for, and it's why we need this show to change that.
Well, I've said what needed to be said today. Anybody want to go for dinner tonight?
Honey, we're still alive.
Who cares, wee bear?
Oh, great. We're back on set again. Get back here,
Okay,
Fat Bob.
that's it. Time for me to slam you guys to the next reality. You ain't gonna like me for this.
Oh, jeez. No need for hostility. No need for
Oh,
hostility.
I'm too
Mr.
old
Petunia.
for
No
this.
need for- Oh. Ah!
Well, it certainly has been quite a show. Thank you for tuning in, and please feel free to drop your opinions on the topics we discussed in our email box. We'll be back next week with new panelists to discuss a different and less angry topic. I'm Ellie, signing off.
That's my job, Ellie. We talked about who has the bigger role.
Next time I'll help out a comedy show.